Hey everybody, welcome to Inspiration Transformations by Shanika. Hello everybody. Guys, I just want to do a quick message, guys. Shadow work is no joke. Transforming yourself, changing to do better for yourself. Facing your own demons, your own Chiron, healing, facing things that been beneath the surface. Calling your own self out and challenging yourself for some hard work. You know, it's so easy to point hands at somebody else. When you take that power back of giving it to somebody else or blaming somebody else. Not saying that external factors don't play a part, like, you know, family, friends, work, society don't play a part, because they do. But taking your power back from it by doing the work, changing habits, mindsets, belief systems, doctrines. I'm telling you, this shit is no joke. It's work. You know, you creating batteries, or you standing up for yourself. Some of y'all standing up, or you may have to stand up against your family, your beliefs, what you believe, regardless if it go against your family or whatever. And sometimes you gotta create your own stuff. It's what you want to do. It's when you align with yourself, with your higher self. And shadow work last couple days, y'all, I've been staring off, and I'm like, this shit is some hard work. And I've said it before, but you know, when you really make the effort to try to change something, when people start seeing that difference, and you know they seeing the difference, and you really can care less about, you know, what they see. But when other people start seeing the difference, because you doing something for yourself, you correcting yourself, your mindset, or just creating a different path, or doing something, baby. And I think it's a good thing. So I'm here to, you know, support and encourage you all that's changing for the better. Some people may not like it, and it's okay. And I just want to tell y'all, do what you want. I'm not forcing y'all, but people say, you know, we don't come with the blueprint. Yes, we do. It's just that blueprint isn't hidden sight, or it's been hidden from you, or it's in areas where they tell you not to go to. I made a point in my life. I said I wanted to change, and I always knew I was different from a child. But you know, so many different, you know, religious beliefs, or I'm just saying doctrines, education, all that. But I got to a point, I always knew something wasn't right. But I got to a point in my life, I was like, no, because I'm a spiritual person. I always been, whether, you know, I went to church or not, and I always talked to what I thought it was God or whatever. But I was going outside myself, but my intentions was pure. And I got, you know, the rebellion thing of me, revolution, motherfucker, and me. But no, but you know, I've been taught. I mean, people say look inside yourself, but it was to look outside yourself, to value what was outside: money, cars, status, achievements, going to college. And I'm not saying that's wrong or anything, but people they value money, like, you know, like achievements and all that. That's okay. Not saying that's a bad thing, but you need to value yourself, value things that can't be taken away. And anyway, you know, I just was like, I want truth, the highest truth. Once I said that, spoke that to the universe, spoke that out my mouth, my life started changing. The universe, God, or whatever, started taking people out my life. My life started changing. I started losing things that weren't helping to benefit me. And my mind started changing, because somebody was like, "Shit, I can tell you changing for the better, because the way you talk is changed, the way I'm speaking, the way I'm saying things, the way I'm, you know." It was like finally somebody opened the door and I can breathe. But shadow work is no joke, but it will pay off in the long run. And it's whatever. And me aligning to my highest, greatest good is a good thing. I mean, I lost a lot. I'm just saying, my luxury car, my luxury apartment, bitch. And now I'm having to start over. But it was well worth it, because I learned about myself, the good and bad, learned about people, where I found out those ones that say were for me, they was not. And then people placing things and looking at myself. So When people say you don't have a blueprint, yes you do. You may go into places or topics or subjects or whatever that you're not used to, astrology, natal charts, numerology, and I'm just throwing those out. Hell, I'm just saying if you want to go to Bible way, go to Bible way. I'm just saying whatever floats your boat, baby. You may have to look into another culture. For all you know, you may have been a part of that culture in a past life. You may have to check in with your bloodline, with your ancestry. A lot of people say that's the devil, that's the devil. Bitch, you better check into your ancestors. I'm talking about the highest good ancestors, the one that's gonna defend your ass. Ancestors. I ain't talking about no evil ancestors. I'm talking about the highest and greatest good. And a lot of people the biggest thing, a lot of people don't want to take no accountability. Oh yes, they don't want to take accountability for the things they have done to others or even done to themselves. They want to say the devil did it, my ancestors did it, which may be true for the ancestors, but your ancestors live in your DNA. Like mine do. If the ancestors live in your DNA, imagine the people that's hurting because they got ancestors and they could be reincarnated. I'm not throwing that on nobody, but if your ancestors live in your DNA, imagine people being hurt because they was in slavery or beaten or things was done, as well as those ancestors that did those to them. So some of y'all got some wicked people, whether they black, white, or whatever, in your bloodline. Because they black don't mean some of them was not wicked. Because they white don't mean some of them was wicked. Because their age don't mean some of them wicked. Because they masculine don't mean some of them was wicked. As well as you could have had some good white ancestors. You could have had some black good ancestors. You could have had some good Asian and Mexican. And so I'm just saying, you better call on the ones that got your highest grades good. But a lot of us forget the sins of the foremothers and forefathers, whether they was good or bad, or you perceive them as good or bad. If your ancestor did not heal something, that shit can't. I'm just saying it could fall on you or your bloodline. People forget that. Everything has to balance out. And I just want to make this very clear, because some of y'all be like, damn, she mean. I mean, just mean the general. I don't know. Because I'm going to tell y'all. That's why I be saying astrology. I have a lot of Saturn. Saturn is in my horizon sign. Saturn is in my sun sign. That's a lot of Saturn. That's a lot of Saturn. That's why I tell people I'm walking karma. Saturn. So just imagine. Responsibility, limitations, restrictions, karma, good or bad, all that. Father energy, mother energy, imagine it. And I know I have a lot of responsibility I'm supposed to do. I'm just saying for myself, for my bloodline, and the collective. So excuse me sometimes. We be like, she mean that line. No, bitch, I got a lot of Saturn in me. And I don't regret having a lot of Saturn. It's the reason why I got a lot of Saturn in my horizon and in my sun sign. A lot of Saturn. So, I'm saying I got a lot of things I was taught. I got to relearn. I got to reparent myself. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all keep doing y'all work. And because your ancestors have done things to people, does not mean you a bad person. But some of that shit may fall on you if you don't heal it. You can get that consequence. Or it can be passed down to somebody else in your family or your child. And keep on. But I'm trying to... The only thing, collective, you can only do your part. You can only do your part. You can only do your part. And believe me, if you need to go to therapy, you need to tap into elements, whatever your God is, tap into your God or your higher self, your angels. I'm saying tap into something for your highest greatest good. Take accountability and responsibility. That's the problem now. People don't. They want to benefit off other people. And like I said, them ancestors or if you want to go to sins of the ancestors or what they done or what your ancestors did, it could fall on you. And some of it is. And some of y'all be telling y'all got to be careful because y'all come out. So I'm just saying, some people come out the folks and your mouths and your actions, and that shit will reverse back on you or reverse back on somebody in your bloodline. This life and the next. And some of us, I'm not saying me, you. I'm just saying everybody, because could be you, could not be you, somebody else. The things you have done in a past life could be affecting your current life. The choices you making now could affect the current life or or affect your kids or things that you want to do, affecting your mates, your marriages, your children. So some of y'all done did shit and you wondering why you did stuff in your 20s and 30s, now you 50, 60, and you wonder why you catching hell. Or you could say you could be in your 40s, you did stuff in your 20s and your 30s and shit catching up with you. You know you have a Saturn return every 30 years, 28, 30 years. So some of y'all around that 30-year mark, around that area, is catching it. Or you could be getting good. Some of y'all around that 60 or around, Saturn, you all that around those numbers. You can be getting it 28 to 30, 58 to 60. I'm just saying. So a lot of things are balancing out. Yes, it's hard. Yes, things going on because stuff has to balance. Mother Earth, stuff has to balance out. Some of y'all, oh, that's the devil. No, some of this shit has to balance out. If it's balancing out with the earth, the different nature or different events, it's gonna balance out in your life. And you better hope that you fall on the good part. Because I have a lot of things in me that I got to get right for myself. Things I got to take accountability for myself. And when you heal you healing your ancestors. When I heal me, I'm healing my ancestors. Like I always said, if you did something to my ancestors, it's going to be a problem. Because I told you I got a lot of Saturn. Oh, baby, I come to collect this life. I don't want this fucking lifetime. Whether you did something my ancestors did something wrong to you, they gotta pay that. If I did something wrong to you, I gotta pay that. If somebody did something to me, they gonna pay for it. If they did something to my ancestors, they gonna pay for it. It just that it's karma. Shit, how can you say that, bitch? Because I got Saturn in me, bitch. It's not even just Saturn in me. It just I'm a balanced person. I try to be. Yes, I got good, or yes, I got bad, or dark and light, whatever you want to call it. I'm so for balance. And believe me, I call justice on you in a minute. I don't care nothing about you, your children, your bloodline. I call judgment on the whole bloodline. I don't really care. What lives, breathes in your house, I don't care. Do me good, I'm gonna do you good. That's you do me bad, bad things gonna happen to you. I have to have my balance as well. You have to have your balance. It's not about being mean and evil. No. You did me wrong. I need balance for that. I did you wrong. You need balance for that. And I'm not. And you know I'm taking apologies. Now apologies is okay. I said I'm gonna call you 5 o'clock. I called you 5:10. Just giving you an example. I don't care about bullshit like that. But people think like I said, you use the energy to harm me, do something to me, mess with my money, my health, my stability, things like that. No, that's not gonna be a positive. It's gonna be divine judgment. Some of y'all gonna be off the earth. I'm not fucking playing, or a spirit by. I don't care. I come to collect. I'm for real, and it's not just collection for other people. I come to collect what's mine. Me coming to collect, me having to change and do good, heal. And I'm not coming on some evil stuff or mean stuff. No, I'm a balanced person. I'm really a balanced person. Because I have to be the change. I have to be the change for myself. I have to be the change for this new timeline. And I need balance. And I'm going to get my balance. I don't call divine judgment on myself. Because I need it. I said, I can't, this dysfunction, I can't do it. So, whatever, the apologies I don't want from people, I really don't. I need my balance. And if me getting my balance means you got to leave off this earth, then you're going to leave off this earth. If my balance means you got to pay me money, then you're going to pay me money. If my balance includes you not being in my life no more, then you're not in my life no more. If my balance, for me to get balance from you, means you're going to be exposed by me and somebody else, or me coming forth telling what you done to me, or me using whatever it is, then that's my balance, and so be it. I don't care about you, your family, your career. I don't care. You better don't cross me. And I'm being so serious. Don't cross me. And that should be for everybody. You have to set standards and principles for yourself. Don't do it, because my intention is not to hurt nobody or do no harm to nobody. And I'm not trying to come after nobody on some stupid, on no unjust stuff. I don't like mistreatment for nobody. But if you mistreat me, it's gonna be a problem. I told you I will grow. I go in crates. I go in crates. I do terror. I'm very spiritual. I find out 'cause some people smile in your face and they plot behind your back. They did shit and they came to me and you're like, oh, I'm doing this for you to want to manipulate. Maybe I can see through manipulation. You don't want to do that to me because you really. I'm just saying, treat people the way you want to be treated. I don't care about no God, about this, about that. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't have to go to no church to find out that. Treat people the way you want to be treated. A lot of things going on, but I'm not gonna hold y'all. But I'm just saying, this shadow work is no joke, and I noticed it in my life. Little stuff, just challenges, different things about me I happen to do. So the shadow work ain't no joke. I see why a lot of people avoid it, but you can't avoid this. Or it's gonna be consequences to not doing that shadow work. But shadow work is very important. And I'm just saying. But we all are healing, or the ones that really is healing, you healing. Only do your part. Take one day at a time, and stand up for yourself, and treat people right. Treat yourself right. Love yourself. And I see you guys later. Take care. Bye.